Hi, I'm Nolan from Hockey Stick Man. Today we're going to be covering how to size your own skates from home. Because we offer the best deals on prices, you're still going to want to shop with us, but if you're not local and you're not able to come in store, then watch this video and you can learn how to size them all from home. There's an easy method for choosing your skate size, which can be basing it just off your general shoe size, but there's also going to be another method we're going to show you that's going to be a little bit more accurate, so make sure you stick around for both. For senior players, choosing something that's 2 to 3 sizes smaller than your shoe size is going to be a safe bet, or at least a good starting point. Choosing something that's 3 sizes smaller than your shoe size might seem a little insane, especially because the typical retail stores will tell you to go 1.5 sizes smaller than your shoe size. But at Hockey Stick Man, we deal with pro industry experts and equipment managers. And with a top end skate nowadays, you can go closer to 3 sizes smaller than your shoe size because you want that skate snug to your foot. That's going to give you the most agility on the ice. It's more important to get the right width in a smaller boot instead of just sizing up to get something that fits your foot properly. Choosing something that is the right size, that is that 2 to 3 sizes smaller than your shoe size, but it's also the right width, is going to feel 100 times better than just going for that standard width and choosing a size up because your foot is a little bit wider and may need that room in the boot. For junior and intermediate sizing, I wouldn't recommend going all the way to 3 sizes smaller than your shoe size. This is mostly because these kids are growing and you don't want to be buying skates every single year. So something for these kids that's 1.5 to maybe 2 sizes smaller than their shoe size is also going to be a safe bet, or at least a good starting point. Okay, so for this next method, you're going to want to grab a pencil, a measuring tape, and a piece of paper. Some people might tell you to just measure your foot out from the wall to get the distance, but in this video, we're going to show you how to get the proper width ratio as well as length, so that's why we want to trace around our whole foot on top of this piece of paper. Now just trace around your foot, keeping the pencil straight up and down so you don't measure underneath your foot. And then from there with the measuring tape, you're going to want to measure the longest point of your toe down to the lowest point of your heel and write down that length measurement. And then measure the widest point of your foot tracing, which is usually going to be at the forefront of your foot, and then write down that measurement as well. You're going to want to do this for both feet to get the most accurate measurement. Using the length measurement, you can simply compare it to a universal sizing guide that will give you a general size you need in your skate amongst any brand. But we're also going to use this length to get our width ratio. So what you're going to do next is divide in centimeters your length measurement by your width measurement, and this will give you your foot's width ratio. Taking that width ratio, we're going to compare it to a volume chart. This is going to give you the proper width you need in your skate. So if your width ratio is above 3, that means you're going to want to opt for a narrow fitting boot. If it's below 2.5, you're going to want a wider boot. And if it's between 2.5 and 3, you can opt for that D-width regular fitting skate. Widths in skates measure from C to double E, with C being the narrowest and double E being the widest. And nowadays in Bauer's fit system, you have fit 1, 2, and 3. The fit 1 is going to be a low volume, a little bit more narrow fitting boot, while the fit 2 is going to be a pretty standard volume and standard width. And then fit 3 is going to be a little bit wider with a higher volume. This becomes a little tricky if you're sitting right on the line of one of these width ratios. Say your width ratio is exactly 3.0. You can opt for a naturally narrow fitting boot, such as the Bauer Vapor, and get it in a wider width that brings it closer to that standard width or closer to that 3.0 width ratio. So essentially, you're going to get a Bauer Vapor boot in a E or double E width that brings it closer to the standard volume. The same is true if you're sitting on the 2.5 line. You can get a wider fitting boot like a CCM Tax, but get it in a narrower fit that brings it closer to that standard volume or closer to 2.5, which is what your width ratio is. We have another video on our channel that explains these style of skates and what is naturally narrower and naturally wider, so make sure you check that out as well before you make your purchase. If you enjoyed this video, drop us a like and make sure you check us out on our social media for even more hockey content. And be sure to never miss one of our videos by subscribing to us. If you're ready to start shopping, check out the links below and we'll see you in the next video.